Well, we've got some very famous people in the studio with us today, actually, who will be starring at a big event coming up in Victoria Square this weekend. We're focusing on the upcoming Multicultural Festival. Now, it's very appropriate that we have a Multicultural Festival because nearly 500,000 South Australians were born overseas. I have another number of guests in the studio with me. Let's begin with Justine Kennedy, who is South Australia's Director of Multicultural Affairs. Hello there, Justine.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
Welcome into the studio.
Thank you.
Listen, this festival, the Multicultural Festival, began in 2013, has run every second year since then, and it just continues to get bigger and bigger.
That's correct. It's growing every second year we've had it. So, yeah, it's fabulous. And it brings, this year, we'll actually have more than 75 community groups showcasing up to 50 different cultures, which gives everyone a chance to enjoy the international cuisines, traditional music and dancing activities. And we also have 35 stalls, which a third of them are offering food, over 30 performing groups and up to 15 activities for people to come and try. So it's going to be a fabulous day with lots of activity and everything going on.
And it's really appropriate. As I said, 400,000 South Australians were born overseas. About 280,000 speak a language other than English at home. So we are very much a multicultural city, more than we think sometimes.
We are. I mean, South Australia is home to, like you said, to people from more than 200 culturally, linguistically diverse backgrounds. So the festival really celebrates their significant contribution to our society and also helps to promote understanding and build connections. And it includes and showcases cultures from new and emerging groups as well as those established in our community. So, yeah, it's a fabulous day and a lot of communities participating with us.
And it's also a good sign, isn't it, that it just gets bigger and bigger every year because more people are finding out about it, firstly, but also more people are wanting to get involved.
They are. We still, even today, are getting calls from people and emails asking to participate in the festival. And unfortunately, we're at capacity now, but we're also moving to a new venue, Victoria Square. So it will be bigger and better this year as well. So we've been able to include a lot more community groups this year.
Yeah,
which is
fantastic.
Fabulous, yeah.
It's on, as you say, Victoria Square this Sunday.
That's correct.
11 till 5.
That's correct. 11 till 5.
And entry's free?
Entry is free and it's a family-friendly free event. So, yes.
So lots of colour, lots of movement, and above all, lots of food.
And lots of music
from everywhere.
And lots of food.
Fantastic. Well, listen, also with us is Jaison Midzi from the African performing group called Diversity Music Collection there. Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. Listen, thanks for coming in. Tell us about the Diversity Music Collective, also known as the Divine Orchestra Music Ministry. I like that part of the name too.
Thank you very much for having us. It's very nice of you. So, Divine Orchestra Music Ministry is an organization which advocates for musicians in South Australia. When we came to Australia, we found out that music is not a rewarding industry. Musicians are destitute. They are homeless sometimes. Some are having it because they are working somewhere. But anyway, we want to change the story together. Now, the thing is, we are very happy to be part of the Multicultural Festival. The Diverse Music Collective is a very strong band which will make everyone jump up and dance. It was formed by Caroline Omenda from Kenya and Jaison from Zimbabwe. The idea is to bring everyone together in motherland music, which is African music. And African music, we took the core of it, which is called African Rumba. That's what every African dance from Cape to Cairo. So it's a great...
and if you don't get into this rhythm and this routine, you must be deaf.
Definitely.
Hey, isn't it? It's simple as that. It really is. I'll get you to play something in a moment. But tell us your story. Where are you from and how long have you been here?
Yes, I'm from Zimbabwe. I've been here for more than 15 years. I was born in Zimbabwe. Then I lived in different countries just as a migrant worker. Mozambique, Lesotho, Swaziland, South Africa, Botswana, and then ended up in Australia.
And how long in Adelaide?
In Adelaide, over 15 years.
15 years. So all of those places and 15 years in Adelaide. What does that say about Adelaide?
Adelaide is a good place because we've got different cultures, and everyone is willing to learn someone's culture. And bringing all these cultures together on 10 November, this Sunday, is going to be great.
Have you noticed a difference over the years that you've been here? Has there been a sort of a wider acceptance that we are a multicultural society?
Initially, there was not much of acceptance because the people who had come had not assimilated well. There were no methods of getting them to assimilate. But later on, methods came into place and people are accepting one another. There are still here and there some outposts of some bullying, some resentment, but generally I can say 98% of South Australians, they've embraced one another.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's really positive. You must be happy to hear that too in your role.
Definitely. And as he was saying, the Multicultural Festival is the largest community-based festival of its kind, and it does bring a lot of community groups together.
All right, well listen, Jaison, time has come for you to perform. Give us some of that rhythm that you've been talking about.
Australia, we are one. Let's come together this Sunday and celebrate the African way. Alisa mina, yeah, waka waka, yeah, samina sangalewa, anawa It's time for Australia.
There's that rhythm that we're talking about. Wonderful stuff. That was Jaison Midzi from the African performing group known as Diversity Music Collective, and that's just a sample of what we're going to get. How many performers did you say we've got on Sunday?
We've got 75 community groups, 30 performing groups. I think they're going for 10 minutes. I think it's every 5 minutes, actually. There's a slot, or 5 to 10 minutes.
Wonderful stuff. It's going to be a great day.
All day.
Yeah. All right, well, also with us, it doesn't stop there. Parmjit Singh, who are you representing?
I'm representing Chairperson Trust, which is a organisation that gives people the opportunity to have a turban tied. And so many of your listeners would have either gotten into a taxi or hopped on a bus and noticed that their bus driver or taxi driver is wearing a turban. Yep. And many of you may have wondered what the significance of the turban is. So Turbans and Trust gives the opportunity to have a turban tied and to learn a little bit about the significance of the turban. And it also then gives us a vehicle to have a conversation while the turban is being tied. So you get to learn about the people, the faith, the difference, and, what it's like to be part of the community.
Well, and what is it like? Do you? I'll ask you the same question as I asked previously. How long have you been here, firstly?
I was born here.
You're born here.
Yep.
You wear a turban?
Yes.
What reactions do you get?
Well, I've been really fortunate, actually. My reactions have been really positive, and people have sort of looked at me and said, that looks beautiful, looks like a crown. And I said, well, actually, it is like a crown for Sikhs. I can't say it's always been positive. Like Jaison said, when my parents migrated to Australia, they hadn't seen many turban people before, and unfortunately, they weren't accepted into the community with their turbans. So this is going back to the late 60s and early 70s. And so there was a lot of organisation that just couldn't go inside because they were wearing a turban. And the turban was, at that time, thought of as just a hat. And it's, it's courteous to remove your hat when you go into a
that's
building.
why you say they weren't allowed to go inside.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't take the hat off.
That's right. And
is that right?
Yeah. So they wanted them to remove the turban. And obviously we see this turban as it's more like an article of faith for us. So we don't remove it. We need to keep our hair covered. I'm talking particularly about practicing Sikhs who wear turbans as part of their faith. And but there are many cultures that wear turbans, but for us it's part of our faith.
So what does it actually signify?
So one of the core beliefs of Sikhi is that we have to uphold the dignity of each other and our community that we live in. And so we've been given this turban as a way to stand out and for if anyone needed help, then, you know, it would be very obvious in a crowd of thousands. And this was given to us by our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who gave us a sort of a uniform, like a policeman's uniform, so that if anyone was in need of help, then would be easily identifiable.
And is the meaning difference between men and women? Gender doesn't matter?
No. So Sikh is open to anyone, and it actually brings both men and women together. So there is no difference in the way we practice, and the expectation is the same for both.
Right. Okay. Colour. Is that significant? You've got a beautiful pink one on today. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah.
There are some traditional colours, but I think most people these days try and match their outfits. So,
so there is a fashion sense involved in this.
There is a little bit these days, yes.
Yeah. So men traditionally don't cut their hair, do they, in the Sikh? Am I on the right track there?
Like I said, it's the same for men and women. So, but once you become a practicing Sikh, initiated into the faith, then it is mandatory that both men and women keep their hair. Okay,
so that was going to be my question. We know about men. It's the same.
It's the same for women. Yes.
So you've got long hair.
Yes, I
do. Yeah, fascinating because they get it, and the years you've been here, has it improved? Over the years?
Acceptance?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is our second time at the Multicultural Festival, and we were overwhelmed by the response we got last time. We had tied over 600 turbans, so it's almost equating to over 2,000 metres of fabric, and we actually ran out last time.
Really?
We were ringing friends, as like, if you've got some, can you bring some in? So this time we've purchased heaps more turbans and different colours, so please come down.
Because there's a real art to it as well, isn't there?
It is, yes.
To tying a turban.
Yes, so it took me quite some time to learn how to do it properly, and I can't say it's perfect every time. Just like you have a bad hair day, you can have a bad turban day.
Yeah. I've got to ask this question because I'm follically challenged. Would I, if I became a Sikh, would I have to wear a turban because I've got no hair?
Yes, you would.
I would, okay. That solves that mystery. Listen, we're talking about the wonderful event that's on this Sunday at Victoria Square. It's the 2019 Multicultural Festival. We'll continue the conversation after the quick break. Back with more after this.
Blocks, open spaces, fresh country air, family friendly. Wouldn't you love to live in an award-winning community 15 minutes from Gawler and the beautiful Barossa? Welcome to Freeling Estate. This is the final land release at Freeling, your last chance to buy a premium reserve-facing block from $128,000. Clean country air, thriving country town. It's all here ready to go. Your final opportunity to buy is here. See it all at freelingestate.com.au. Another Lancer community. RLA 222770.
If your home movies are on Super 8, Standard 8 or 16mm movie reels, or even old videotapes, they're fading and, over time, they'll completely perish. But they can be saved. Hi, I'm Alan from Hutt Street Photos, and at Hutt Street Photos we can digitise your precious family home movies. Save your treasured family memories and bring them into the 21st century. Copy them, share them with your family and friends. See us, Hutt Street Photos, 186 Hutt Street, your memory-saving specialists.
Elite Bedding have always been more than just beds. They're the elite in making sure you're comfortable, cared for, which is why they've extended their service into health. Elite Help is here for you or your loved ones in the next stage of life. The one where you might need a little help getting out of bed in the morning or getting around. Go in and see the Elite Health range at Elite Bedding, South Road, Edwardstown. Open 7 days.
Close your eyes. Now think of your favourite gin. Now think of your next favourite gin. Okay, that's 2. There are another 70 waiting for you at Pal's. And that's not all. There are tastings, tips, even the top gin bars in Adelaide and Australia shop here because they're always seeking the next great discovery to bring in store. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pal's. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Harvey Norman, your destination for the new Google Pixel 4. Pixel 4 is the phone made the Google way, so it's built around the helpful Google software you know and love, which is always getting better. Get the shot without the flash. Night Sight is now faster and easier to use. It lets you capture rich detail and colour, even in the dark. Prices starting from $1,049. The new Google Pixel 4. Available now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply. See in-store for details.
West Side Story, the #1 musical of all time, is coming to Adelaide. Hailed as one of the greatest Broadway musicals, this stunning new production has sold out worldwide, thrilling audiences with unforgettable songs and groundbreaking choreography. Adelaide, this is your chance to witness this timeless masterpiece. Don't miss West Side Story at the Adelaide Festival Centre. Opens November 28. Must close 8th of December. Book now at Bass.
Why do Adelaide businesses trust SkyTrust with their asset management? What does good asset management look like? Let's say you're a contractor on a site and the principal contractor wants the service history of your Bobcat before they'll let you work. All they need to do is scan a QR code on the side and bingo, they get digital copies of all the docs they need. On site, on the spot. Visit skytrust.com.au today for a 3-month no obligation trial. SkyTrust improves your business.
Hi, I'm Lane Beachley. When it comes to recycling, there aren't always easy answers. But when it comes to recycling printer cartridges, most Australians know what to do, thanks to Cartridges for Planet Ark. That's why we've already recycled 40 million cartridges, or enough to fill 80 Olympic swimming pools. To find your nearest cartridge collection box, or to order one for your workplace, search Cartridges for Planet Ark and get involved today.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is Alan Hickey. Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Caravan Repairs. Easy insurance repairs, fast.
And it's 11 minutes away from 1 o'clock. We're talking about the 2019 Multicultural Festival, which is on in Victoria Square this weekend, and it is going to be an absolute ripper. And another lady who is going to be there is also in the studio with us, and it's Marsha Makarushkina. How did I go? I didn't get there, did I?
Close.
Close. Come on, give me the right version. Makarushkina. There you go. I got it then. Now, who are you representing?
I'm representing Kalinka Russian Ensemble and Russian Adelaide Store.
And how many Russians have we got here? Do we know?
I'm not actually sure. There's quite a few. We have a pretty big community. Yeah.
And what will I see at the stall this weekend?
There's going to be a lot of different food, traditional Russian food. Of course, we're going to have borscht, which is a Russian soup with beetroot and vegetables. It's amazing.
That'll be a bestseller.
Yeah, hopefully. We're going to have crepes with meat and then ones with cottage cheese as well. And then lots of different cakes. Russian cakes. Russians love cakes.
Yes, you're known for that.
Yeah. So we're going to have like honey cake, Kiev cake, Russian tarts, and potato mini cakes, which are not actually potato. They're shaped as a potato, but they're not actually a potato.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20, born and bred here in Adelaide?
Yes.
To Russian parents?
Yes.
What's it like representing your home country, on behalf of your parents, almost?
It's important for me, I think, just to show the culture and what it's like, and especially with dancing, because dancing is a big part of Russian culture. So, show off all these costumes that we have and dances, and, is important to show my family's background and where they're from, and yeah.
That's wonderful, isn't it? That you're born and bred here, but you've embraced that culture to such a way. Tell us about the Russian dance. What's the background?
So we have a bunch of different dances. All based Russian dances. So we have 3 different dances, and we have a lot of different dancers of all different age groups and everything, and we really try to incorporate Russian roots into the dances. So some of the things that we're going to have is like the first dance right at the beginning. We're going to be welcoming the audience with a traditional karavai, which is like bread with salt, and it's like a welcome to the audience. And we have that at home, like when we welcome people into our house, we have that, and we're going to be doing that, as well as we're going to have bright and colourful costumes with lots of accessories, and we also include gold in all our costumes, which is like a symbol of wealth and happiness.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, and then also we have flowers and different like patterns or pictures of flowers, because it represents nature and just celebrations. Because when you go to someone's house, you usually bring flowers for birthdays and everything. So we do that. And actually, fun fact, Kalinka is actually a red berry in Russia that grows.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's when it's ripe, it's really, really good. But when it's not, it's kind of bitter. But yeah.
And that's the name of the ensemble.
Yeah.
So it's a berry.
Yeah, it is a
there
berry.
you
It's
go.
really, really sweet. Yeah, when it's ready.
Lovely, lovely. So there's a whole range of stuff on, Justine. I mean, there's something for everyone, isn't there?
There definitely is. Like I said, 75 community groups and 35 stalls, food galore, and performances and activities, indoor and outdoor. There's something for everyone of every age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Parmjit, you said we can go along and get a turban, mental blank. So you teach me how to put it on. Do I get to keep it?
So we actually do the turban tying, and it's a completely free event, so anyone can come up and have a turban tie. And the only thing is we ask that you have a photo taken with the person that's tying your turban, so we can, obviously, if you're approved, we'll upload it to our Facebook page. Ideally, we'd like to have the turban returned to us at the end of the event, but we understand that while you're wearing it, often people forget that it's on their head, and that's totally fine. And some people really like to keep a turban, and that's fine as well. So it's up to the wearer as to what they want to do with the turban. But if they don't want to use it at the end of the day, please bring it back.
Please bring it back, yeah.
Yep.
What about kids? Do the kids like trying them on?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Like I said, last time we had a huge response. And so it's any age group can have a turban tied. There's no restriction. This year we'll be more colourful and we'll have lots more fabric. And yeah, I think it's a great opportunity just to try something different. So, most people may not have experienced wearing a turban. So come down on Sunday and try it out.
Oh, no, it's a great opportunity to, but also to learn what it actually stands for, what it means. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. What's the highlight for you, Justine, of putting all this together? It must be pretty difficult, or does the community that you're dealing with, do they take care of it themselves?
My events team have worked tremendously hard with the communities, but the communities really do take this on board themselves. So we do a lot of logistics behind the scenes to get everyone and get the event together, but on the day, really, it's the communities that take over and enjoy it as much as we do. It is, we work very closely with them.
And now, is there a website or something that we can get some details of the full list?
If people would like, we've got a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/multiculturalsa, and we've also got a website, which is multicultural.sa.gov.au/festival. So all the information, the program's up there, so people can check it out and also work out and plan their day, because there's so much there, so they can fit it all in.
And the fact that it's grown from, every year that you've had it, what was it, 2013? We had the first one. It's been every second year since then. The fact that it's growing is an indication, isn't it, of the sort of the general thread of the discussion today, that we are becoming... Is united the better word, the correct word?
Yes, social cohesion. Yeah, absolutely. Interculturalism. Yes. Yeah. So the communities are really coming together to celebrate. And as I said, this is one of the biggest community-based multicultural festivals of its kind. So, and it's great to have all the different communities come together and actually celebrate their diversity as one.
Yeah.
Which is fabulous.
Yeah. How long have you been Director of Multicultural Affairs in South Australia?
I've worked the Multicultural Affairs portfolio for over 10 years, but I've only been the Director.
Okay.
I've been Director for 18 months.
But you've seen a big change then over that time.
Oh, I have, definitely. Yes, yeah. I was there when the 2013 event happened, and it was quite small and contained.
I remember the first one.
That's right. Yeah. But it was fabulous down at the mall. But communities really got behind this event, and they're calling out for it even when the years it's not happening. So, yeah, it's great.
Well, that's always a good sign.
It's a
isn't it?
very
That's always
good
a good sign. So it's on, I'm just trying to find the details. It's on this Sunday, the 10th of November, from 11 o'clock until 5 in Victoria Square, and something for absolutely everyone. Thank you all so much for coming in, and all the best. You got a sort of final thoughts you would like to leave us with?
I'd just like to say that it's going to be a wonderful experience. So having so many cultures in the one place. So you don't even need to leave Adelaide to experience so many cultures on the one day. And it really is a feast for your senses. You get to eat lots of tasty food, listen to fantastic music, you get to dance, and you get to have a turpentine.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Come on down.
Yeah, even if you're bald. And Jaison, what's your final thought?
Yeah, people should come and listen to African music. It communicates with you. It talks about the current, the past, and the future.
Love it.
10 November 2019. Let's come together. Victoria Square.
That's it. That sums it up. But Marsha, come on, you can sing. Sing something in Russian.
No, I can't really sing that. I wish I could.
What would your final message?
Yeah, just come along, have fun. I think it's going to be an amazing event with so many different cultures, so you can experience different cultures. And yeah, just come along, watch our dance. Yeah, and eat some try new food.
Yeah.
That's important. You can try new food, watch all the performances and dances, and yeah, just have a good time.
And celebrate what a wonderful state we live in, and a wonderful country we live in. Exactly. Thank you very much. Lovely to come in, and lovely to see you all. And we'll look forward to seeing you in Victoria Square between 11 and 5 o'clock this Sunday for the Multicultural Festival. Something to be very proud of in the state of South Australia. Coming up next, Dr. Derek, our regular vet, is here to sort out